press conference for our top 3 drivers in the championship class, and of course our winner in the national category as well, of our USF2000 race number 2. Let's start with Artie Greenemeyer. First, Artie, congratulations. A great drive for you today. Again, like I said on the podium, the streak of consistency continues. You finished another full race again. You picked that mic up if you want. Congratulations on another great drive. Let's talk about your weekend a little bit here. Obviously found some more pace here today. Did you find something in the data?
We found a little bit in
Is that better? You're good.
Yeah, we found a few things out. The last time I drove Sebring was like 1992, so I had forgotten everything. The walk around, I got about to turn 3 and I thought, where the heck am I? So it took a little bit to knock the rust off. I can't say enough about Cooper tires and how fantastic they are. We caught a piece of glass coming out of the paddock yesterday, had a cut tire, so we had to put a really used tire on it, and it was almost unnoticeable. I can't say enough about Cooper tires. They are fantastic. But it was a lot of fun in the back. The aggressiveness of the race today was at least double that of yesterday. The season opener, sure, everybody's trying to figure out what's going on and who everybody is. But based on finishing results yesterday and where people need to be by the end of the season, it seemed very obvious to me from where I started, that everybody's very aware of September in Baltimore and what they've got to do today to make that happen. So it made for a great show. I was telling Dan when we walked in the door, there was a lot of side-by-side action and a lot of, you couldn't put a piece of paper in between cars.
Yeah, it was tight.
It wasn't aggressive, dangerous. It was aggressive, huge fun.
I would agree. I would think a lot of these guys probably have a lot more respect for each other because we could see it on the monitors. There really wasn't any contact. They were side by side at numerous occasions. Yourself, did you get a chance to do any wheel-to-wheel racing up there?
I was right next. There was a couple times in the mirrors, and I don't know how I didn't get one. There was no room left, but 3 of us going into the same corner at the same time. There was plenty of room. It was great that everybody respected everybody and gave everybody room to race. It was a very clean race from what I saw, and it sure was a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
It was interesting after the yellow how well some people adapted to their tires either cooling off or holding some temperature. The first 2 or 3 corners after the yellow, that's what this series is about, is a training ground. I think a lot of those lessons, it's very beneficial for them to be learned the second race of the season. That'll pay dividends down the road for everybody.
Now, Artie said that he raced back here in 1992. Any of you guys born in 1992? Just? I had to do it, Artie. You're a heck of a driver. Well done. Let's move over to 3rd place. Petri Savanto. Petri, I think that's what Artie was saying straight up. It was a pretty aggressive race. You guys went at it hardcore out there. You were side by side. You didn't want to lead in turn number 1, because I don't think anybody ever led coming up to turn number 1 on the restarts because you were able to go down the inside of guys. Did you find that your car was a lot better to race on? What was the track to race on like today as opposed to yesterday? Was it more raceable?
The track changed a lot, like from this morning to afternoon, and we struggled with that. And this way, I got a really good start in the beginning. I got past Zach in the first corner and good lead, and I even got a little cap, so I was pretty happy. And then the full yellow came, so that was not the best thing for me.
No.
After the restart was good. I stayed first after the first corner, but after that it was just defense all the way. I just couldn't get the car to work the way I would like to, and it was a difficult race to me.
All in all, you're pretty happy with the way your first weekend has gone here?
Yeah, I got good points yesterday, P2, and today P3, so I couldn't be more happy, to be honest.
Congratulations. Let's move over now to Spencer Piggott. Spencer, the same, obviously a good weekend for you guys, 2nd and 3rd. You did have a chance to attack and lead a bit today, and you got really good midway through the race as well. Talk about how your car handled and how it got better throughout the race.
Yeah, well, at the beginning of the race, we were all so close, and the car was lacking a lot of grip in the front end, so I was constantly changing the bars in the car, and I was able to find a bit more grip. Still not quite what we would have liked, but it's a big improvement from yesterday. And the team and I were back in the trailer for hours last night, looking over data and how we could improve. And we definitely took a big step forward today and learned a lot of things that we can carry on for the rest of the season.
Now, you mentioned on the podium that this kind of reminds you of a Skip Barber race. You guys are really going at it side by side. You feel a lot comfortable, or a lot of what do I want to look for? You feel more comfortable, a lot of trust in the guys you're racing with right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was like a mix between a Skip Barber race and then the Formula Ford Festival over in England, and a lot of defensive driving, but fair, aggressive driving, and really close 3 wide everywhere. So it was good to race with these guys, and it's good to know that you don't have to worry about people making not so good judgments and just racing clean. So it was fun.
Well said, well said. Let's move down now to Luke Ellery. Luke, congratulations. What a fantastic drive for you today. Obviously, you were very quick yesterday. Near the end of the race especially, you were able to turn things up, turning the third quickest time of the weekend, or the day rather, to give yourself that third place starting position. But man, once the car came in, you were a rocket. Talk about how it felt for you when you finally were able to put the car up front.
Yeah, well, basically our car had new boots on it, so it was always going to be strong later in the race when these guys' tyres drop off a bit. But, I mean, to start the race, they were all trying to keep me back and trying to hold me behind them, so it was great to race against these guys, and I got a lot more respect from these guys than I did starting that race for sure.
Well, you know that the series gives you guys 3 sets of tires. I think everybody's going to start thinking about when to use their tires now. Can we see some guys holding off maybe till race number 2 more often this year?
Well, look, everyone did the right decision, but because I had a misfortune on the first practice, I mean, I had no laps, so I mean, it did hinder me a little bit because I haven't been around here, and at that stage I've done 30 laps of the track, so I mean, it's 50 one way, 60. You know, what do? You can do the session in new tyres and then maybe put those tyres on for qualifying, but you're going to lose your run, so I don't think it's worth it.
What were you thinking after yesterday? Obviously, a good run yesterday. In your mind, did you really say, I have to win here? Did you go with a different mindset, or were you still thinking more about the points and being consistent?
Look, first race of the year, you're not going to hold back. I mean, you're not going to just coast around and get points. You want to try and get a good start, and everyone was doing that. Yesterday I had some good speed, so I knew the car was going to be good today. Also knew in the back of my head we had stickers, so went out this morning, we changed the car a little bit, not much. Like even in that final race, I never stuffed around with the bar or anything like that, so I mean, just coasted, a lot of coast factor in the car, and it just sits really nice, so it's easy. Not easy, but the car was easy to drive.
Just, Jeremy Shaw's filling me in. We do expect you to be the point leader right now as well by a couple of points. I think there's going to be a 3 or 4 way tie probably for second, but you'll have about a 2 or 3 point lead heading to St. Petersburg. How's that make you feel?
That's a lot more than I asked for. I mean, I've driven on street tracks back in Australia, so I was more just hoping just to coast around Sebring, because I knew how hard it was going to be racing against these guys with experience, and I'd get to St. Pete and be on the outlap. So I mean, to be leading, that's, I don't have any pressure yet. I don't even have a budget for the season, so, we're just going to go out there and try and repeat what we've done today.
Hopefully this will help you a little bit, obviously. A win's always good.
I hope so.
Any questions at all from anybody in the room here right now?
Just talk about how you took the lead there.
Which time? I don't even know. How many lead changes was there?
Probably 6 or 7, I think. Yeah,
and then the 2 Andretti cars were working together, and that was great. And then we had Petri, who was, obviously his car wasn't the best, and he was blocking because he had a good lead, and I was just trying to cut through, and everyone knew I had stickers on and trying to hold me back, so it was just awesome to watch. I mean, when I got the lead, I think it was into 1. No. Oh, that was into 17. Awesome. Petri went narrow, I went wide, and I nearly clipped him on the swing back, and then I just dived underneath him and then grabbed the gear, hit the bump, got on it, and all of a sudden I look in my mirrors and he's 4 cars back. So that was a good move. That was good onboard footage, I think.
Well done. Any other questions?
Spencer, at the restart, you got up in the second place at the restart there. Did you not?
Yes, I think I did.
And then lost the game on that. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, going down in the hairpin, I think Petri was leading at the time, and I got by Zach on the restart, and then Luke here came down the end. Actually. I
locked it up. I had 4 wheels locked up. It was either his wing or his front wheel, and I hit his front wheel. And then getting back under Petri, when Petri was blocking, I went to the wide. No, you went to the outside, I went to the inside, and I slowed the car right up to give the other guys a chance to get under him. So I'm sorry about that, but we're all racing pretty hard out there. But I hit him, so that's why he lost the spot.
Yeah. A lot of drama to remember everything.
Yeah.
There it is. It'll be good in-car. Jeremy, you see the bear question machine, you're done? Guys, congratulations. A great weekend here. Great job for you guys. We'll see you again next week at St. Petersburg.